Yeah. Tammy and Amy, they go to see an OBGYN.
Oh my goodness.
And Tammy last saw an OBGYN in 2011.
Now help me understand what that means, because I don't go to an OBGYN, right? Is that bad?
That is bad. You should see an OBGYN, and it differs for different people, but let's say every 1 to 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
For like your pap smear check, you want to make sure you're doing screenings for like cervical cancer and stuff like that, and also if you're sexually active, making sure that you're not having any type of like sexually transmitted diseases and things of that sort.
Now during that time, she wasn't sexually active.
Well,
was she?
Don't know. Well, I don't know. She could have been.
I'm talking about based on what we seen on the show.
She had a lot of parties at her house.
Okay.
I don't know what she was doing at all them parties. I know she was drinking.
Okay.
What else was she doing? I don't know. She had boyfriends in the past.
Okay, she was sexually active. Okay, let's say that, right?
Okay.
She was sexually active. Let's put that on there.
She had an IUD in place.
Right? So she probably was doing something during the times and things of that nature, right? So just to be clear, you should not only see an OBGYN if you want to have questions about, can I get pregnant?
Right. Okay. It's like a checkup, like you go get a physical.
Okay.
Like you should make sure things are working properly, throughout the year or every 1 to 3 years.
Yeah, and I think in the scene, the doctor even questions Tammy, like, what took you so long to come see me since 2011? You get what I'm saying?
Right. The doctor was thinking maybe she had a bad experience with, and some people do have bad experiences with OBGYNs and doctors and things like that, where it just turns them off completely. But she said, no, for me, I was just too big.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't leaving my house to go anywhere unless like I had to, like it was an emergency. And so the doctor has her weigh in.
Yeah.
And she weighs in at 374.6.
Congratulations.
Which is great, because at the last office visit with the other doctor, she weighed in at 420.
I think Dr. Smith was his name.
Dr. Smith. Yeah. I always think of Dr. Now, but Dr. Now isn't their doctor. It's Dr.
Smith. You say doctors, you say 420 was the last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Bad. Congrats, Tammy.
Exactly. And the doctor asked Amy, you haven't weighed before, in a while. Did you want to weigh yourself? And Amy's like, nah.
I thought that was weird. Even though this is Amy's doctor. Yeah. Because I think Amy was like, hey, you should see my doctor and things like that. I feel like, hey, Tammy's your patient.
Yeah. But I would say I don't mind her asking Amy to weigh in, because I'm sure that's probably something that they've talked about in her appointments.
Oh, okay.
Making sure that she's staying on the right path. And, I don't mind her asking. But I do think that she pushed it a little bit, because she was like, why you don't want to?
Oh, the doctor pushed it just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but I agree. Like in normal circumstances, if it's this person's appointment, you don't be asking the person that came with them to step on the scale. But the way that they do their doctor's visits, it seems like the doctors be asking them, and how are you? And how are you? And stuff like that. Okay. So I don't know.
That's fair.
But yeah, Amy says that she don't want to weigh herself. Well, Tammy has had an IUD in place for 12 years.
Wow.
And if she's pregnant with an IUD that's not effective, IUDs are only effective for a certain number of years.
Yeah.
And if you're pregnant with one that's not effective, it could cause some issues with pregnancy, fetal death, all that type of stuff. So she wants to get the IUD out. The doctor does. And Tammy said that there's a chance that she might be pregnant now because she's been craving different things like water.
Listen here. She said she never. Tammy, let me tell you something for a second. Right?
Well, can I tell you what Amy said?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Because what I'm going to say is probably going to be funny anyway. All right. Tammy, you never been this healthy before. To the point where you are craving water. To the point where I think we need to really take in how unhealthy and the progression that Tammy has made. Yeah. To the point where she's like, I want water. You get what I'm saying? So many things she probably had to give up and things like that she probably, what's the word? She probably helped her cravings in so many unhealthy ways that she don't even understand that being thirsty, being dehydrated in certain ways is actually normal. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Now, Tammy, you might be pregnant. Go back to my point. right? She said, she even made a joke. She said, look, when me and Caleb was getting in, it was difficult. But when you put your mind to it, you can do it. I'm not handicapped. I'm handy capable.
Capable, yes.
There we go. I almost forgot it. Right? I'm handy capable.
Yes.
No, you're handy nasty.
Okay.
Okay. That's disgusting. Continue.
Yeah. Well, Amy says, girl, you're not pregnant. You just thirsty.
Okay.
Drink some water. And the doctor explains to her, like, no, you're not pregnant.
No.
Because she hasn't had a period. If you don't have a period, you haven't ovulated. So you can't get pregnant. So she said the first step that we're going to do is to get this IUD out of you and try to get you healthy enough so you can start getting your periods again.
Now, question. Do you think Tammy is in a position now to have a baby?
No.
I even go deeper. Should she have a baby with Caleb? We're not gonna break the fourth wall yet.
No.
Me neither.
Just in the situation with one, seeing how Tammy interacts with Amy's kids, like Tammy said, she can't get up and run around no kids. Two, she doesn't have the support or help of her husband because he's hours away at a facility. So, I mean, that's not helpful to not be able to have, your partner there to help raise your kids. So it's just not a good time. It's not a good time.
No, you're years away from it being a good time.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even going to get.
And I also,
go ahead.
You're not even in your own house.
Cut me off.
You're in your sister's house.
Hopefully
you can stay there as long as you want to. But
I thought Tammy was in her own house.
No, her house got robbed and stuff like that. So she's in her sister's house. So I don't know how long your sister's gonna let if she's gonna let you raise a family there. I don't know.
But that's not even the big issue to me.
What's that?
The big issue to me is you don't have an able-bodied husband or partner to impregnate you at the moment. Yeah. If you believe that we're not breaking the fourth wall here yet. If you believe that Caleb, just because he got the title husband, is able-bodied and capable and is an eligible person to procreate with, I have to question your mental. I have to question your mental, because when it comes to Caleb living for himself, so far in 5 episodes he failed.
Yeah.
And now to actually put the burden for him to live for his kids. He can't live for himself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take himself out of it. He can't live for you because you've been out that rehab facility, and now you've been telling him, hey, I want to see you. You got to get better. You hurry up, get out. And when Dr. Smith weighed him, he gained weight. And he's like, well, I'm over here, I'm eating and I'm sad and I'm basically drowning my sadness with my food. No. You don't get those days off as a husband, as a father.
Right.
So I don't think she's in a position at this point of time in the episode to be thinking about having babies, or if she can procreate with Caleb. Caleb is not doing his thing individually.
Right.
Continue.